Well, hello, life path number 8. I almost said 5 for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe some of you have some fives going on in your chart, or maybe there's some kind of energy of big changes coming up for you guys. But this is my life path number 8. This is going to be the next 4-week predictions, energy predictions. If you've lined up with this video, I talk about wealth transfers and I do it through your life path number. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you can get the updates, because what I'm doing is attuned to your energy and your soul has locked in for you to get this message to help you build your wealth along the form of your life path number and that energy. So that's what we do around here. Now, this month, at this time or whatever time you're seeing this, I want to talk about the root chakra and how to use your root chakra in order to get to your wealth. And then we're also going to talk about your sacral chakra, because with the other life path numbers, I did root chakra last month, but I did not get around to you guys. So we're just going to double it up. And then next month, we're going to talk about the solar plex. So, yes, we are building your wealth through your chakra systems. And when you move through your chakra systems, that way you can open up the fields, open up whatever energetic forces that might be a little bit blocked. When you work through that, you're able to maneuver to your wealth a lot quicker. And what I'm connecting with my life path 8, this collective, is that the root that you guys need to work on in your root chakra is your generational roots. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that confirmation? Your generational roots, as in, what are the roots of your generational wealth? Whatever that was, and if it's not along the lines of what you want, you need to do the opposite. Go look into your generational bloodline, see how they've made their wealth, what has stopped them from making their wealth if they never did, and you be the generational curse breaker. There is a lot of stuff going on in the collective that is generationally messed up in the roots, and that is what's had a lot of people in survivor mode, in instability. And that is not the energy of wealth. The energy of the wealth in this new age is the freedom of your time. Freedom of your time is what the true wealth is. If you have the freedom of your time to do whatever you want to do, then you're wealthy. So you need to find ways to make money in your sleep. You need to find ways to clean out this root chakra and see what has been going on in your bloodline that's been keeping you guys away from wealth. Now I'm going to give an example when I say generational roots. Now you can look into your generation or you can look into your culture's generation and see what's going on and switch that up. Now, I'm going to say a story which I find, because I'm very observant. This is what happens as you become more spiritually attuned, you become more observant, not reactive, but observant. You see what goes on in this world and you observe it and you take it in and you say to yourself, how can this change up? Can we switch this energy around a bit? And what I've seen is, I am in New York City right now on a work trip, and it's taken a little bit longer than I was supposed to be here, but it was great because there's nothing like New York City in the summertime. But I've noticed this generational root chakra curse thing going on, and I'm just like, I mean, I was conscious of it before, but my goodness, was I ever so slapped in the face with it. Every single other stroller, like you'll see a baby and you'll see its nanny or its babysitter, and they're all, I tell you, I probably counted maybe 2 or 3 others that were Asian, but all of them were 60-year-old, 50-year-old, 70-year-old black women that were taking care of all these white babies. Every single time in New York City, all you see is a black older woman taking care of a young white child or something. And not one of those like into race politics or anything like that. But when you see something like that, you know there is a generational root chakra curse going on there. Because I thought to myself, I thought this was something that was over with in the 50s. I thought in the 50s that that's what like black women did, and they took care of the older, take care of the white children, and that we grew out of it. No, it has not grown out. It's just been modernized. And it's all up in New York City. I mean, every single one of them, there's something particularly cursed about that. That is what I mean when you look into your root. Because these baby nanny sitters, baby nurses. I even had a aunt that she passed away several years ago, and she was one of those. But I never saw her because her life was devoted to that family. She raised the children. She had no personal freedom of her own. She got paid quite lovely. She gave the best Christmas presents. But what was that worth if most of her life was given to that job for doing raising somebody else's? She did not have the freedom of her time. The freedom of your time is what you need to look into to create a generational wealth at this time. See what is going on in your bloodline. Maybe you came from a bloodline of Europeans where everybody's like not, I don't know what European cultures really are, but I know sometimes you could come off a little bit cold or rigid, and maybe the rigidity is something that's stopping you or blocking you from pursuing something in your bloodline. Maybe you were born in Africa or something, impoverished parts of Africa, and all you've seen is poverty and things of that nature, and that can be blocking the root chakra. Look into it. Or maybe you grew up in a very rich family and everything, but you don't want to make your wealth the way they made it. Look into that root bloodline, change that generational blockage, and then you'll be able to go into your timeline of how to create your generational wealth. This is a message I'm getting from my life path 8 when it comes to your roots. Is to literally look into your roots. I come from a bloodline of Jamaicans where if you live in Jamaica, you don't really work as hard. You'll have people in America that are the ones that are or other countries that work like 3 4 jobs and send you money. Or you're the type that you are workaholic and you believe in hard work, and that is something I had to train out of me, because when you're an entrepreneur in my seat, the harder I work, the less I make. The more I relax, the more I receive. The more I delegate tasks that I don't have to control, the more I make. That is something in my bloodline I had to look into. Because as I always make an example, you do not see Jeff Bezos driving the Amazon trucks. He hires people for that. And they do the most work and make the least money. Understand the frequency of wealth is ease. So look into your root chakra, see what's going on, and find an easy flowing way for you to do the opposite and make your money. Maybe you come from a family of 9 to 5ers, and that ain't what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. The next thing is, let's go talk about your sacral chakras. How can you make wealth with your sacral chakras? You want to unleash that inner child. Now, along with looking into your root chakra, you got to look at the things that you enjoyed as kids, as a child. When I was younger, I used to play the saxophone and clarinet, and if you were to tell me to go pick up that instrument now, I wouldn't know what the hell to do with it. It was something rooted in my childhood. Always tried new things. So tap into your inner child right now and create. Do things that make you more fun. Life Path 8. Don't be so rigid. Make sure that you're tapping into your inner child, you are enjoying life, loosening up the grips of things, and tapping into that flow. That's how you're going to be able to create more. Because if you're programmed to, it has to be this way, boom, 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 boom. And as a life path 8, you guys are very natural givers. You feel good when you're given. And how can you continue to give? You have to be in control. So I want you guys to challenge yourself to loosen up, release the control, and create. Do the stuff that makes you feel happy, that gives you joy. Think about your childhood. Think about the things that used to bring you joy. Part of that is part of your wealth. If you like to play, if you like to do maybe cook, if you're maybe you like to dance, maybe you like to like whatever it is. A lot of times you can look into your chart and see if there's threes in there. So another thing I want to tell you guys is a lot of you are being stretched at this time to move into your next timeline. You're being stretched, so you're going to come across more things that are going to stretch you and grow you and have you try new things. And trying new things means releasing the grip. So, for example, when it comes to wealth and you're creating wealth, you're gonna guys are gonna have to look out there and see the new modern ways to create wealth. And a lot of that is crypto. A lot of that is keeping up with technology and AI. That is part of creation. If you know how to use AI, that is a creative aspect. That comes from that sacral chakra of taking that chance and harmonizing with it. Okay? You can write a whole business plan with ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever AI that you choose to pair up with. You just have to use it and create that sacral chakra energy and create. Now, if your childhood was taken away from you because of something like as deep as sexual imbalance, things can happen and it can show up in your an adult wound. It comes up in your adulthood where maybe you don't want to express yourself or show yourself because you don't want the attention. These are things that can happen in your childhood and come in blocks in your adulthood and block your wealth. So look into those two chakras that I'm talking to you about right now and clear whatever is going on generationally in the root, clear it up. Whatever your bloodline did that you don't want to do, or you see what they did and didn't, maybe some of them wanted to make. I keep getting confirmations here. You guys need to work with your ancestors. Your ancestors are working with you. And that's part of that root chakra thing, is because your ancestors are working with you right now. Your ancestors know the way. So go ahead and look to them, and they're going to help and bless your timeline right now when it comes to bringing in your wealth, guys. All right. The name of the game is Generational Curse Breaker, and you're breaking it with your ancestors' guidance. So tap in. Some of you is a grandmother, some of you is a grandfather. Yeah, that's what I'm tapping into. Now, this is all I have for you guys this month. Next month, we're going to go into the solar plex chakra, and we're going to talk about what that inner power that you need to bring out to the world to create your wealth right now. Because a lot of you are so scared and timid. And if you had a YouTube channel or something, this is the time for you to resurrect that and create that. Create that again, okay? Bring that back up, resurrect it. You guys have unique power to bring people to you, but you also can repel people at the same time. If you're overly pushy or giving, but make sure you're pulling them in with your energy and showing the world your real self. Now, guys, if you need help with that, I am doing my 888 wealth activation readings for the rest of the year. This is something that I'm being stretched out of doing one-on-one readings, but at the same token, it's still something that's in me that I haven't fully like moved to the next step up. And I know the next step up is to stop doing one-on-ones and do more of what I want to do, which is courses and bringing my knowledge and sharing and teaching more. But there's that part of the old part of me that still loves to give the readings and help you guys and guide you side. But with my guides, and I know the next level up is not that. So take advantage is my point. It's I am doing these readings for the rest of the year as a closeout to doing one-on-ones. And if you're interested in, I call them 888 Wealth Activation Power Hours, because it's an hour and 20 minutes or so reading with me, and we go over your report to show you all the unique energetic wealth portals for you to bring in your wealth and to see what's been blocking you. You may know your chart, but the way I interpret your chart, you're able to know what's been blocking you, how to move forward, and how to create that generational wealth, because we do make a plan. If you're supposed to be on social media and using your gifts, if you're supposed to do a book, if you're supposed to make a course or something, if you're supposed to level up in the career that you have and start your own in-person brick and mortar store, your chart is able to do that and able to do that in the 888 wealth frequency activation readings. Okay. And if you're interested, that's going to be listed in the description. There is a payment plan. If you need at checkout, you could split it in four. That option is with you. But this is Stacy. I'll see you guys next month. Ciao.